If Christ lives within your heart, will you make void the law of God? In Romans 3 and verse 31, the Bible says, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law. Making void the law does not mean abolishing it, for there is no question as to the perpetuity of the law. No man can by any action or lack of action abolish or in any way affect the law of God. But anybody may by his unbelief obliterate the law from his own heart. A man makes the law of God void when he allows it to have no power in his life. In short, to make void the law of God is to break it. But the law itself remains the same whether it is kept or not. Making it void affects only the individual. The question then is, do we by faith make the law of God of none effect? Or more plainly still, does faith lead to the transgression of the law? The answer is not by any means. Let's look at establishing the law. That which has been said in regard to making void the law of God will apply here also. That is, no action of man can make the law anything different from what it actually is. It is the foundation of the throne of God, and as such, it will ever abide in spite of demons and men. But it is left for us to say whether or not we will have it obliterated from our hearts or have it established there. If we choose to have it established in our hearts, we have only to accept Christ by faith. Now, faith brings Christ to dwell in the heart. Ephesians 3 and verse 17. The law of God is in the heart of Christ. Psalms 40 and verse 8. So that the faith which brings Christ into the heart also naturally established the law right there in our hearts. And since the law of God is the establishment of his throne, the faith which brings the law into the heart enthrones God right there also into our hearts. And thus it is that God works in men both to will and to do his good pleasure. Therefore, when the apostle says that we do not make void the law of God by faith, but that on the contrary we establish it by faith, he means that faith does not lead to the violation of the law, but to obedience of the law. Faith establishes the law in the heart. Think on these things. Have yourself a blessed Sabbath. God bless you and your loved ones.